Alright. Welcome to Monday Night Lights. The official show starts now with Kentucky versus Kennesaw State B. We have three show matches tonight, and I was talking about this earlier, but in every series we have a team from a town in which I have lived. I grew up in Kennesaw, I live in Auburn currently, and I was born in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's gonna be a great night. A good showcase of Southeastern Rocket League skill. This first one, couple narratives, because Dylan, for those that have been following the SEL for a while, has transferred from Buds at GSU to Kennesaw State, and he's now on the B team with a guy that I went to high school with. In Drake, who's playing as well on the team. So I'm excited to watch this KSU roster play. And then Kentucky is playing without unfriable apples for the first time since I started covering the team. So this is the new Chipmunk Man-led Kentucky Wildcats roster. And we get a showcase of both tonight. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a fantastic evening so far. It's going to be a fun night. I'm just going to let the players know that they can hop in the lobby and we will get our first best of 7 started. Kentucky in blue, Kennesaw State in orange. And we are away. As far as I know, this is the debut for both of these rosters. The Bombist is the third for Kentucky. And Dylan, I'm expecting to be the on-the-field leader. Maybe like in comms leader. Probably in comms leader as well, honestly, for KSU. Because I know that's the role he took on after taking a starting role on the Buds at GSU roster. And then Huds is the most experienced Kentucky A-team player, with Chipmunk Man, the new Rocket League game lead. So I'm very curious to see what kind of dynamics we get out of both teams. And then the Bombist I've never even seen play, I believe, unless this is someone with a new name that I have watched play before. Either way, Kentucky, a big opportunity here after playing a whole lot of defense in the first minute, but they get stopped. Kennesaw State break away. Dylan's shot goes off to the side, and we'll keep on fighting for possession. Genuinely, I have no idea, and I had no idea coming into this series, really when I scheduled it, how well a matchup this was going to be for both teams. Because this is a new look Kentucky team that I'm not sure who's going to step up and be the on-the-field leader of. I would expect to be Huds. I feel like he's the most mechanical, but haven't seen the Bombist play. And I'll start talking about Kennesaw State here, as they're scoring first. They've had the look at the pressure so far, but finally got an opportunity to go. And it's the beautiful, humongous Vanilla King. That is Joel, I believe, is the Rocket League official name. But I haven't asked for official names on Monday Night Lights here. Opening goal for Kennesaw State, and that is a Kentucky team that has vacated their goal line. Huds gets back and just dives straight into that ball. Dylan is shut down, but Joel takes over again and scores the second for the Owls. Their debut of Dylan going very well at the moment, but it's Joel doing all the scoring. And this is a best of 7 for those that may not be familiar with the Monday Night Lights format. And oh, do we have an unfriable apples sighting in chat? He hasn't said anything yet. But I was hoping he might tune in tonight. We're getting to the point in the SEL where we've had like long-standing veterans graduating. And so it's always gonna be like in traditional sports where you pan to the crowd and there's like old celebrities or like players of different sports in the crowd. Okay, don't think he's here. Man, someone's got to get him in here. Unless this keeps going the way it started. If Kennesaw State really takes over, then maybe we keep Apples out of the stream. Spare him. Spare him from watching his team suffer against KSU. But they're doing well at the moment. They're setting up opportunities right now. And HUD's actually bumped off of that one. Kentucky can maintain possession here. Or just take a quick shot off the side wall. They'll find an opening goal. Wow. The bombist. It's funny, the two players that I had no background on coming into this series are the only ones scoring so far. With Joel from KSU scoring the first two. And the bombist scoring the first for Kentucky. Chipmunk. He's almost gotten on the board. That's that save by Drake, and the bombist now is AFK on the field. Things all right. I don't know what's happened. All right, well, we'll play with Kentucky in a 2v3 for now. They're doing well. That's a nice connection on the defense, and HUD can control the ball well. Okay, the bombist is out of here. So it looks like Joel is freezing as well. And Dylan carries over the rest of the defense to make it 3-1. Yeah, I'm with you, Joe. Bombist does have a game to play. Gotta get him back in here. So I guess we're 2v2ing now. Joel has stepped out, and Water has stepped in, and I guess he's subbing in. Oh, man. This is such a Monday Night Lights moment, and Kennesaw State's still scoring. Bombist Cat turned off his PC. I don't know. Okay. Chip has confirmed. Oh, this is going to be a good night. This is going to be a very good night. Alright, well, Kentucky's going to get one back. Wada has stepped in. And Wada was who I was expecting to be the third tonight. That's a beautiful shot. Oh my god, Chip. I was saying HUDs might have to be the mechanical carry if there was one on Kentucky, but it's Chipmunk with a massive double to score for Kentucky. I was making sure things were good to go for the next series there. Thanks, Joe, for the subscription. Using his Prime sub to support Monday Night Lights. Much love. But man. Chip's got a highlight reel play already. But Kentucky might not even win this game. Still need a comeback to happen here. And Chip's off the ceiling. My word. Has Ty taken Chip's controller? Oh, and they can't. Oh, no. Dude's looking mechy right now. But KSU's lead should be enough to win them game one. Man. I hope that continues here. What a game one. And this is only the first game of 3 best-of-7s tonight. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good evening. And I'm in the I'm in the same boat with you, Joe. I did not know that Chip was like that. Like, I remember making fun of him before. Like, last, I think it was last SEL split. I called him the Turbo Pulsa of the SEL. Because every time I would watch him play, the goals he would be scoring were just ridiculously comical. And they were effective. Like, he played awkwardly enough to where it got through defenses. I'm going to pan back for the chat. Because Dylan complimented Chip there. And Chip said it was his peak. I disagree with that. I think his peak is higher than that. And the dude's only a sophomore now. He's got time to raise that peak. But here we go. We're getting into game 2. KSU 4-2 victory. I'm repeating it from my notes. I think that was 10 shots to 8, something like that. All right. Let's see if we can't settle down a bit here in game 2. Bombers is back. We'll see if the very obviously Kennesaw State fan and his cat will hold off, shutting off his PC again for the rest of the best of 7. Ooh, that's a heater. Nice save by Chip, and put right back on target. Bombers to block, and Chip forced to make another one. Kentucky's all kinds of backed up right now. KSU playing very well offensively, just to put pressure on. And now this is a good look, but Hud's off the ceiling. Denies Dylan. Chipmunk tried to clear. He won't get the ball away. And so the Owls find even more space in that Kentucky half. And then we keep possession going after some pinball broke out at the midfield line, but still can't get through the bombist on the goal line. Joel across the box to himself. He'll take it off the ceiling with 40 boost. Actually, looking for the touch before he got to the ceiling. That was a mountain of pressure that KSU was putting on the board. That Kentucky somehow was able to get out unscathed against. Hey, we got Ty in chat at the very least. He's supporting his former school, even though Apples hasn't made an appearance just yet. Glad to see the alum popping in. And Matt's here too. Heck yeah, guys. Might need an inspired speech, because Kentucky cannot escape from their own half. Until now, I don't think Chip was getting that on target, regardless of the backflip. Bombist can. Flip reset. Leaves it for Chip. It's no good. Finally, the Wildcats getting some offense on the board, but it is short-lived offense. They fall back for a moment. Kennesaw State had an opportunity to get something going, but Kentucky find themselves a transition back into offense. Huds pops the ball up. Bombist is there for a shot, makes it a flip reset play. And Huds' follow-up is unsuccessful. Good stop by KSU. They're the ones playing some solid defense in their back line. Pass across, gets through Drake. Hud still finds a chance to shoot from the infield. Takes the corner, though. He's just trying to get as many extra touches on the ball right now as he possibly can. And I feel like there are a lot of players on the pitch that are doing that sort of thing. Because Drake, I know, was very mechanical. In fact, the way I found out that he even played Rocket League competitively was on Instagram. I think he posted a clip or something. Or no, he posted his win of the Peach Belt 2nd Division at their LAN last year. And so he was sending me some clips after we talked a bit about it. So I know he's meching. I know Huds is meching. The Bombist has been flexing a little bit. Chip's apparently meching now. And Joel has shown some ability in the air as well. It's just Dylan who hasn't been, like, flexing aerial prowess just yet. But I know he can do crazy things with the ball. Chip through the corners, stopped by Joel on the back wall there. That gives Hud some room to work with. Gets past Dylan, lets it alone for the Bombist, but Joel on the goal line again. Finds a big save. My word. Both teams have taken turns just putting up unbelievable stands on their goal line. That probably should have been a goal. KSU missing out on that opportunity. I gotta check the stats right now. Kentucky has 6 shots. KSU's got 8. KSU have saved 5 of the 6 Kentucky opportunities to score. And Kentucky have scored 5 of the 8 KSU shots. And we're tied 0-0 now in the final 15 seconds. But Huds takes a late lead for Kentucky. Finally, somebody decided they wanted to score. Drake was just a hair late on that goal line challenge, and Huds made him pay. 1-0 Kentucky. And Ty, was that you stepping in and coaching the boys up? Or was that them just deciding they finally wanted to get on the board? Oh, okay. That KSU was going to do something crazy here. They still might. Joel wins that ball to the sidewall. Dylan takes it to dirt. Keeps it alive. It's center. Dylan on 0 seconds just scored. KSU tie us up late. So much good defense was played by both sides throughout regulation. We were headed into an overtime, or we were headed into the final 20 seconds, looking at a 0-0 overtime. Kentucky tried to change that, and they were nearly successful. But KSU, on 0 seconds, got themselves in this position. They might get themselves out of it in overtime. But Dylan has played the ball all the way backwards and conceded a lot of space. I don't think he felt completely comfortable immediately playing that ball at the midfield line. And so this is KSU's punishment for it. Drake off the back wall, misses. Chip looking for the win. Finds a Drake on the goal line. That keeps KSU alive. Oh, that's right to Dylan. He pops the ball up. Who's there first? It's Huds. He's low on boost, though. And Kentucky's all kinds of spread out at the moment. If KSU acts fast, they could win it here. Bombist is dead. Drake cuts the ball around, but can't get through the near side defender. And Dylan's missed out of the corner. So the Wildcats can breathe a sigh of relief. They nearly gave up game 2 in the early goings of overtime. And they can try their hand at forcing game 2 out of the cold, dead hands of the Owls, who have stormed back late to have a go at a 2-0 series lead. This is awkward, though. Hud steps in to take control of the situation, but now Drake has a little bit of space to work with. He can't get the ball around Bombist, but Joel can win that 50-50. It's a grind now for the ball at the midfield line. That's a nice cut by Drake. He's going to try and get the ball to Dylan. Instead, finds a Kentucky defender, and Dylan biding his time gets the Owls out of their defensive half. This is honestly anybody's game right now. This turned out to be an extremely even match, which I'm very pleased about. Again, I was not sure how this was going to go. But KSU B and Kentucky A seem to be good matches for themselves. Huds, though, has missed. And Kennesaw State have taken a 2-0 series lead. Out of all the good defense that was played in this game, that's the shot that goes in. And Dylan summed that up fairly well. If you didn't read the in-game chat, I'm sorry. I'm not repeating that. Wow. A 2-1 win in overtime. 14 shots for Kennesaw State. Kentucky put 9 up. And now Coach Ty can hop in there and get his boys ready. Because Kentucky's got to make a comeback now. But they showed they can do it in that game. Their defense especially looked very impressive until like 0 seconds. And maybe that Hud's miss in overtime. Outside of that, they were playing scramble defense very, very well. And I got you with the hydrate. Here you go. Alright, I'm fueled up water-wise. I'm getting kind of hungry. So if this goes 7, that Auburn UGA series coming up might be an eat in the middle of games type of game for me. We'll see, though. Oh, Chip. Missed out on that one. This is such awkward Rocket League. I don't think both teams are completely comfortable with their new rosters just yet. Because there's a lot of just panic defense, strange misses, and then out of nowhere, glimpses of brilliance. Oh, Chip. Found Drake on the goal line. It's a save for Kennesaw State. And now Drake's looking for Dylan. Pass on the near side is stuffed by the Kentucky defense again. And this is, you know, wildly entertaining Rocket League. If you're a fan of just pure chaos. Like that should be a goal. And it might yet be. Chipmunks put the ball off the crossbar. And there's no rebound opportunity for Kentucky. I'm not even going to try to analyze this series. I don't think there's any point. But I do love the passing plays out of Kennesaw State. That one was a little bit weird. I don't know if Drake was expecting an extra touch from Dylan off the ground double. But as far as I've seen, I think Kennesaw State enjoy themselves with a passing play here and there. Well, they can do it solo. I don't think Joel got the flip reset, but sets up Dylan to center the ball. He gets past two defenders. Drake off the back wall. Sets up Dylan. No! Sets up Joel, who's stuck around, and polishes off the opening goal of Game 3. Kentucky's defense. They're faltering at the worst times. And now it feels like they gotta rely on their offense to get one back. And there you go. That's the guy that's taking Unfriable Apple's place in the Kentucky Rocket League ecosystem. Chipmunk Man just cleans up an awkward defensive play. I don't think Drake's too happy about it. Uh-oh. He can do something about it here, though. But is stopped by Chip. This ball is stuck in the Kentucky corner. Drake's trying to get it out by way of a shot on target. He centered it at the very least. But of all the touches on the pitch right now, this ball is going all of nowhere. Kennesaw State had to play it backwards. And so Kentucky set themselves up in offense. Huds. Another weird touch. That dude makes chaos happen on the Rocket League pitch. I don't know what Huds is doing half the time, but half of that half, it's working. That's a nice pass down. Huds dunks the defender. Races Dylan to the ball, but the newest member of the Kennesaw State Owls Rocket League program is successful. Finds Drake out to the side. Drake goes off the ceiling. Drops it back for Dylan. Oh, and another passing play is just narrowly thwarted by a little bit of inaccuracy. And Kentucky almost punished Kennesaw State for missing their chance there. They might yet. Chip, solo play. He goes low. But Dylan on the ground wins that 50-50. And sets up Joel for a clearance. The Bombist has missed. And now needs to come up big on the goal line. Tough touch. The Bombist times it well. And Huds will clear the zone for the Wildcats. Center ball. Chip's been beaten. That's on target. Kennesaw State again. Score in the final minute. This time, though, they're taking the lead. And it's up to Kentucky to show us what kind of ice they've got late in the game. They've been there several times this game. 5, I think, fairly quality opportunities have gone by the wayside with just inaccurate shooting or a nice save by KSU. The Bombist has space now. Didn't realize it. Well, didn't realize it fast enough. Chip still gets a chance to shoot on target, and Dylan stops him. That is a massive block. Huds, though, on the rebound. Gets us tied up again. Are you kidding me? We got some ice in the veins of these players tonight. What a start. Hey, those boys in blue turned up. They're giving the people what they want. I'm not going to say they've given it just yet. Still got to take game 3, but keeping the ball up in regulation. Bombist will end up spiking it in the KSU corner. But we get our second straight overtime here. Joel's alone in defense for now. Got the ball poked away from him. Tries to track it down along the sideline. As though takes it away. Dylan steals it right back. Nice redirection. But turns it to nothing. Huds, man, they can just get better first touches in those kind of spots. He would have so many more plays down the field in transition. But it's just a simple clearance for Kentucky to build off of now. Chip takes the ball up, sets up the bombist. Just tries to plug a hole with the ball on the KSU backboard. King Doink. Really amounts to nothing. So many ideas on the field right now, just not amounting to anything. Whether that be because of good defense, or more likely than not, just mis-executions. Well, it's a chance, though, that Drake shuts down. He needed a touch right there. And it might get KSU out of this game yet. Dylan out to the side, gives Bombas some agency and offense. And off the back wall. Thought made a bit of a mistake, but wasn't that egregious. Dylan across to Drake, looking for the win. And is denied by the Bombast again. Kentucky surviving with more goal line brilliance. They need this game win. I don't know if I foresee them reverse sweeping this best of 7. It's happened recently on Monday Night Lights, but either that means, if you're looking at the gambler's fallacy, that's our one win in a long time, so it's not happened again for a while. Or could mean it's happening more often, and that is going to have to be the case for Kentucky as they go down 0-3. Great cleanup there by Joel. Chipmunk just got an extra touch on that ball. I don't think he wanted. Kept the momentum going backwards. And that was enough for KSU to clean up. We are going to need something special out of the Wildcats here going forward, because Kennesaw State, despite being put in some less than favorable late game situations, have found a way to win in overtime. Game 1, they started off hot, and they just kind of rode that early advantage into the sunset. But games 2 and 3, they have had to come back and step up at the end of regulation and then in overtime as well. And this KSU B team, hey, I hope they're competing in the SEL going forward. I would love to see them throughout a full season, because this is just the beginning for this roster. Picked up Dylan, who transferred from the Buds at GSU Rocket League team over to KSU. Went from the city to the suburbs. And is looking good so far. But Huds, he's gone from Fennec to Octane. And we'll see if that car switch proves successful, as he locates the Bombist down the field. And the Bombist filling the shoes of Unfriable Apples, at least in this series. I don't know if he's a starter going forward, but that is a great play to start Kentucky off in Game 4. Good interception. Chip sets up Huds. And alrighty then. 2-0 Kentucky. I don't know, what was this? The motivational speech tie that you've been saying you need to give them? Because Kentucky have come out of the gate swinging in Game 4. Chip, though. He's all alone here. Put on an island. Off kickoff. And he can't get past Dylan at the midfield line, who flippery sets a ball on target. Didn't have enough oomph on it, though. Be threatening enough. No, Kennesaw State have maintained possession. But Kentucky have taken it all away. Kennesaw State, though, a little bit back. But the ball must have set up properly there on the back wall. It's Kennesaw State. They've been pushed back upon. So we'll settle into game 4 here. That's a nice setup. Oh, and Dylan's there for the finish. Signed off on a beautiful play off the ceiling by Joel. Just that extra little touch to confuse Chipmunk there off the back wall. And Dylan tracked the play down nicely. It's simple, but it's effective there for KSU. That's a well-timed goal as well. I mean, you start off down 0-2, need something back soon, and, well, you get it, but at what cost off kickoff? That was just a miss by Dylan. And Huds was given an open net. Kentucky get their 2-goal lead back. And all right. We'll see what KSU can do in the way of coming back. They've shown throughout this series that their late game potential is up there. Doesn't seem like they're phased whatsoever by the ticking of a clock or by Huds fake challenging. Dylan was covered right here, but he fields that pass from Drake and makes Huds pay for the fake challenge. And this morning as well, I do want to say that Drake messaged me on Discord saying he was shaking the rust off of Rocket League with a great play. He sent me a clip with, I think it was him and Dylan playing twos. So I know they've been getting reps in together, though Dylan needs some more reps on open net hits, apparently. That was a bit rough. No, Old Man Jenkins. I do not. My girlfriend would not be pleased with that. We're gonna get back to Rocket League, I think. The halfway point of game 4 is come and gone, and Kentucky continue to hold Kennesaw State at arm's reach. As each time Kennesaw State find one back, Kentucky do the same. Hi, Happy. This is a good kickoff. Drake, good touch. And Dylan's got the follow-up as well. I am thirsty, I'll admit. If you're thinking about dropping 250 channel points, now's a good time for the hydrate. Alright, there it is. I'll take a sip of water. We got 3 best of 7s tonight, so I gotta stay hydrated. So I appreciate you looking out for me, Happy. You didn't hear the gulp? Alright. Give me a second. I'll be more emphatic with my drinks in the future. But in the final 90 seconds, I gotta lock in here. Because this is where the Owls do all their work. Starting now. Okay, we got 2 hydrates that I will redeem soon. And if Kentucky keeps in this direction, I might not even have to, like, seriously cast the final minute or so. Because they've put themselves in a great position. I don't know where this offense was in the first couple of games. Because they've been held to 2 goals or less in all 3 games so far. But it feels like they're finally comfortable on the pitch. Okay. Maybe not there. It was a little awkward. Though they get back, and they maintain offensive control, so I guess that is a sign of comfort. Alright. I'm gonna stop reading chat. I'm gonna stop reading chat here soon. But here you go. Here are the 2 hydrates I've promised. Gulp. There you go. If I go for more of like a natural gulp on the drink, I'm going to end up choking on the water. And that's not worth 250 channel points being spent. There you go. You can hear that over the Rocket League noises. Those are your 2 hydrates. I'm not giving you any more. That was a free one that I gave you. Oh man. Kentucky's all over KSU in Game 4. It's unbelievable. And they've had glimpses of this kind of offensive control. Just haven't been able to put it together for a full 5 minutes like they did here. And they... Oh, I thought Chip was going to get back to that and keep the ball up on 0. But hey, Kentucky get the game win. And they will prolong our opening best-of-7 just a little bit longer. And Drake held to 0 shots there. Dylan putting up the bulk of the numbers for the Owls. But on the Kentucky side, they were all putting up numbers. And a hat trick for Huds, shooting 50%. The Bombers shot 100%, 2 for 2. And Chip was dishing out assists. There's your recipe for success there for Kentucky. Have to find that same level of offensive control across the next few games, though, if they are going to force a Game 7. Because right now, I think KSU are still very much in this series. I think they can close out in any of the next couple of games. It's just a matter of if they can stop Kentucky's offense. Because if they can get themselves opportunities, their offense is fairly consistent. 2 shots here, or 2 goals here, 3 in the previous, 2 in the one before that, and then 4 in Game 1. KSU has been producing. But they got to stop UK right now. Although with how Kentucky's looked, I would not be surprised to see their offense recede in this game. Because both squads have had moments of inconsistency. Kentucky's got to do well here. But, here we go. Game 5. That's a nice pass. Chip finds the bombist. Tried to get it back to Chip. Instead, KSU finds a clear and a play off the back wall that Joel is there to finish up with. Clean team passing play. Joel out to Drake on the side wall. He waterfalls it down. And that is awkward enough. All right, Happy, you are treading the line right now. Oh man. 1-0 KSU though. They'll be happy with that. Joel a double center. That actually sets up Drake after Dylan missed. He clings it off the crossbar. There's no contact made on the rebound of the rebound. And that was a bit of a botched opportunity. And Joe Bro taking one for the team in Twitch chat. Sorry, Happy. A deal's a deal. We'll see you later for 10 minutes. This is much better from KSU, though. They're finding pretty high-quality opportunities, and they'll finally cap off their second goal. They are taking it to Kentucky at the moment. And this is what I was talking about, with Kentucky suffering some inconsistent play so far. Because games 1 through 3, there were times like this, where they would play so well for about a span of 2 or 3 minutes, and then follow it up with another awkward 2 or 3 minutes after that, and give KSU opportunities in this best of 7. I mean, the Owls haven't been the most solid of teams, we've ever seen of the collegiate landscape in this series, but they have done what they had to do to win. And honestly, the fact that these late game situations where they're down and they're needing to score late, those kind of situations where they're performing well, I think bodes well going forward. Because if you ignore the clock and you can play consistent-ish Rocket League or play your game of Rocket League, no matter what time is left on the clock, that's a nice attribute to have. That'll help you down the road. So far, playing well even in the early stages of Game 5. The ball is in Kentucky's court here. And Huds is the player behind it. Take a low 50-50 with Drake. And Chip in the corner is bested by Dylan handily. We will give KSU a clearance and a center ball. No one was there to finish off with a goal. Which, fair enough. It's a hot-handed pass out of the corner. That is a dangerous ball that Huds, I probably should have been punished for. But instead, Kennesaw State double commit. Joel and Dylan both go for that. And Huds, I'll give it to him. That's a nice finish off the sidewall. That's not easy to time. As he flipped off the sidewall into the lobbing pass. And put it down perfectly into the back of the net. So Kentucky, back from the brink here. Still need one more. Chips backwards, being dunked by Dylan. This could be dangerous as Huds is stagnant on the near side. But I don't think that would have made a difference here. Kennesaw State just played the ball around all three Wildcats perfectly. And Dylan glanced the ball off the crossbar. Soft little kiss to give Kennesaw State a 3-1 lead here. 100 seconds left here in Game 5. And now we got to see something special out of the Wildcats. Chip, shot on, but it's saved by Dylan. The bombist testing a low boost. Drake, and betting on his downfall. That's a gutsy move here. Playing the awkwardness of the defense. But the bombist, hey, I mean, as the front man, you've got a lot of support behind you. And that makes this manageable for Kentucky. Kennesaw State have to step up on defense, especially now as Chipmunk's taking a shot that's saved by Drake. Huds puts the rebound down out in front. But Joel makes a big stop on the goal line. The bombist taken out by Drake, but got the ball out. Though Joel has beaten Huds. No, not Chipmunk. He doubles off the sidewall. The shot on target. But Drake is right there on the near side. Less than 60 seconds to play now. Kentucky might be giving up an open net here. Drake pops the ball around, but Huds is back. Makes a stretching save on the goal line. And KSU have a big opportunity here to kill some time because Kentucky have nothing in the boost tank. Huds takes a neutral 50-50. But Kentucky can't find a way out. Bombist doesn't quite beat Joel right there. Drake dusts Huds on that challenge. But Chipmunk, man, a way out for the Wildcats. He's put the ball out in front. Is there a spike down? Huds can't deliver it thanks to Joel's crossbar defense. And that double commit could be dangerous for KSU if not for Drake's clear. It's going to have to happen now on 0 seconds for Kentucky if they are going to keep this series going. Chip down to the bombist, but stopped by Joel. Dylan now has some room in the corner, but he can't ground it himself. Instead, it's Joel that gets it away. And Kennesaw State that takes our opening series of Monday Night Lights 4-1. And I believe what is their debut with Dylan. They look pretty darn good. It's going to be a fun season for the KSU boys. And for Kentucky as well. They just have a little bit more work to do, I feel, before it all starts clicking for the Wildcats. But hey, Still got a month and a half or so before the SEL season starts. I don't know what else these guys are playing in, but the SEL is what matters. It's why we practice on Monday Night Lights. That's why we accept Bepic's invites to show matches and other tournaments. We'll see what happens in the fall. And that was a fun first series. Nice taste, I think, of what's to come. Because next up, we have Auburn versus Georgia. The Deep South's oldest rivalry. The Bulldogs versus the Tigers. It's already been advertised on the Auburn Esports Twitter. It's obviously been advertised on the MrBepic Twitter. But then we got that coming up at the top of the hour. Appreciate the follows, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Man, I have not heard the looks like AJ comment in a while. That changed my hair up in the fall. I haven't been getting that as much. But yeah, I do look like AJ. Hey! I appreciate the sub, Drake. Dude, thanks for playing. You guys are looking pretty good right now. I'm excited for the things to come out of the KSU B squad. Obviously, I think we all know what KSU A is capable of, them playing in summer series right now. But KSU B is pretty solid as well. Heck yeah. I can guarantee you that is not the last invite you guys will be getting to, at the very least, Monday Night Lights. We'll see what else I'm hosting come the fall semester, but good show. Good show. Had some bangers of some goals early on. Not early on, the whole time. If you count awkward goals as bangers too. That was entertaining. Not always the prettiest Rocket League, but it was entertaining. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There were some questionable moments, I think, for both teams. What's up, Dylan? Now, Dylan, and Drake too. Was that your debut with that roster? Because you guys didn't play summer series together, right, Dylan? Because you were playing with buds. Maybe not. I don't remember. That was your first time playing? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll gloss over the open net miss. Great job to both teams, indeed. That was a good series. That was a good series. But Auburn and Georgia coming up next. All right, it didn't happen. You guys won the series, so really, no mistakes happened. There's nothing to take away from that series to improve upon. You guys won. War Eagle, indeed. That is a good answer, Drake. Thank you. All right. Break's going to be about 10 minutes tops, but then I'll be back before the Deep South's oldest rivalry takes shape in Rocket League. We'll see what happens. Auburn versus Georgia coming up in a bit. TJ's already in chat. We'll see what happens then. See you then.